Welcome back to WCW 2000. This is the 1st of May, WCW Monday Nitro. It's the go-home show before Slamboree 2000. And here on the channel, we've got some fun things in store. Welcome back. My name's Anders. This is Spike, Piledriver, and the Total Extreme Wrestling 9 save set in the year 2000 with WCW with a twist. So we've got our card booked, but we have to go to our random idea generator to see what we need to change on the fly. If you enjoy this series, make sure you are subscribed to the channel here on YouTube. You can also check out the Patreon if you're interested in that, but make sure you like the video, share it with all your friends, get subscribed, make a comment down below on your favourite part of the series, or the show, what you're looking forward to most about Slamboree, all of the fun stuff, and we'll go from there. Right, let's do this random generator here and see. So this basically has a load of ideas where we just hit this, and we've done that one recently as well. So what we normally do is we go, okay, we'll do that and change things up. But we did that a couple of weeks ago, and we've not even done the payoff yet. So we'll try again. Strange Bedfellows. Oh, again. A thrown together pairing of two singles wrestlers must win the tag team titles tonight. Excellent. Okay, so we have actually got a tag team title match. I mean, do Roddy Piper and Sabu, who technically were a part of the Four Horsemen a few months ago, do they count as a thrown together tag team? They've not been on screen. Roddy Piper's not been on screen at all. Yes, they'll count. Okay, let's switch it up. So we'll have Roddy Piper getting the victory, I guess, and the loser can be Dean Malenko. And we'll just, to continue with how we've been doing things recently, Dean Malenko can get assaulted by RIC FLAIR. Okay, excellent. We'll change the tag titles again. This has happened so many times during this reign of the Revolution. So we'll do that. Excellent. Right. Though Flair and Douglas are brawling later in the show where the tag team title right here. We're going to have an angle afterwards. Flair laughs at costing the Revolution again. So, obviously a few weeks ago, Ric Flair cost Billy Kidman the Cruiserweight title. Laughs at Malenko and Saturn as he has cost the Revolution once again. He hasn't finished. He won't be finished. There we go. Won't be finished until they have no titles left. No, because I'm sure really... No, okay. He won't be finished until they have all suffered. There we go. Nice and vague. Okay, we'll make this 3 minutes in the ring. Promo. Ric Flair cutting a promo. He can be... Yeah, he's kind of... Is he back... So Ric Flair has just got through the and laughs. Yeah, he... Okay, we'll add Mean Gene into this. He tells Mean Gene he won't be finished until they've all suffered. Right, so Flair can cut a promo. Mean Gene can be the interviewer, because I'm pretty sure we've already got a promo with Flair on his own earlier in the show. So we'll do that here and pop that there. Okay, that's Nitro. We're ready to go. We've got a few pre-bookings that are for next few weeks, so we'll ignore them because we've kind of pre-written. So the David Flair angles we've already pre-written. Right, but that's 119 minutes of Nitro ready to go. And remember, we've got Slamboree at the weekend. So we start with Ric Flair calling out Shane Douglas. We're in Louisiana tonight, by the way. He tells them that only one man is left in the Revolution that he hasn't toppled yet, and he'll do that tonight. Mike Awesome can keep his hardcore title, though. Flair just wants to kick his ass. And then he does a big woo. So my earlier point about taking all the titles doesn't work, because I don't want Flair to be hardcore champion. So that'll do with there. Right, it gets to 67, though, to start the show, and Ric Flair continues to be a ratings goldmine. Better than everyone else in the company. We then go into, speaking of the Revolution, El Alamonia, Alex Wright under a mask. He defeats the artist formerly known as Prince Iaukea in 3 minutes to make his first defense of the Cruiserweight Championship. It gets a 30 overall. Iaukea and Paisley, awkward pairing, still no chemistry. But Alex Wright's doing well under his masked gimmick. It's definitely not Alex Wright, though. Don't believe it. After the bell, despite making his first defence of the title, he's not having a good night because Billy Kidman blindsides him and hits a BK bomb and a shooting star press before grabbing his title and telling the new champion he'll see him at Slamboree. This one gets a 33. Crowd is still simmering. We started out nice and hot with that Ric Flair promo and then went into the undercard, which doesn't get anywhere near as good ratings. Shane Douglas then tells Mean Gene that Ric Flair can say what he wants and run around playing silly games, but at Slamboree, time is being called on the Nature Boy. The franchise will take Old Yeller behind the woodshed, and well, you know the rest. It gets a 46. Mean Gene and Shane Douglas there. Still simmering, could be doing better. Okay promo. Moving forward into our random tag team title win for Sabu and Roddy Piper. Ric Flair nips in, interferes, Dean Malenko falls into a sleeper hold, and Roddy Piper and Sabu are now tag team champions because, well, why not? Well, there we go. Malenko and Saturn still the best performers. Piper did a decent job. 57 is a good match, actually, so we can't complain too much. I guess we'll run it back again at Slamboree and give them the titles back, like we did last time. Anyway, Flair's just got through the curtain and he laughs at Malenko and Saturn as he cost the Revolution once again. He tells Mean Gene that he won't be finished until they've all suffered. Mean Gene does poorly, but it still gets a 71, which was better than Flair's promo on his own. So, there we go. Nicely done. DDP then tells Mean Gene that he's A-OK after last week and he'll prove it in the ring tonight against Jeff Jarrett. Then at Slamboree, Kevin Nash will feel the bang. 56. Good promo, actually, from DDP. He got injured last week, got carted away in an ambulance, and he's fine. David Flair is still in therapy, but this week he appears much calmer, claiming to have let go of the WCW. The therapist is happy, but David slams his conspiracy folder on the table. Meanwhile, Daphne is dressed as referee, and for David's emotional redemption match, starts a 10 count, every time there's a pause in the conversation. I imagine that would get very annoying quickly. David abruptly grabs the therapist and throws him over the desk, with Daphne calling for the bell. David marches out of the room, humming the Nitro theme. Yes, 28. That one gets, again. Excellent job from David Flair. I don't know what the fans are being cooled down by. That's ridiculous. We'll see him later. DDP then brings us back into the right realm of crowd heat with a diamond cutter victory over Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett floundering since I've taken over. You wouldn't think I was Vince Russo, because if I actually was, Jarrett will be world champion about 10 times by now. 60 rating for the match. They've got great chemistry, and it was good. I've got another solid match on Nitro. What's happening? Diamond Cutter in 7 minutes does the job. 60 for the match. DDP gets a nice victory as we build towards him against Nash on Sunday. Speaking of Nash, Kevin Nash thinks DDP needs to check himself because he keeps running his mouth about the outsiders. Nash knows DDP a lot better than he thinks, and doubts and Page's ass can back up all these big words. Slamboree is coming up quickly, and Page will find himself on the outside looking in on the WCW title picture, and the fans are still getting bored with the hints of Kevin Nash's face turn. We'll get used to it. We aren't turning him. We're just going to hint that we're turning him forever. 54. I don't want to know how much of a hindrance that's happening. That's giving on the ratings, because I don't care. Next up, Billy Kidman tells Mean Gene that he knows it's Alex Wright parading around in a mask, and he stole the Cruiserweight title. Not only will he take the title back at Slamboree, but he's taking the mask as well. 38. Crowd's still very hot. Kidman and Tori have got good chemistry. We're going to have a title and mask. I don't know what Kidman's putting on the line, but he wants to win the title and the mask and give nothing up if he loses. Who knows? Right, WCW. Why would it be any different? Shane Helms continues his little push and defeats Dustin Rhodes in 4 minutes. Perfectly normal match. 33. We'll check in on how he and Lash LaRue are doing at the end of the show. Lash is currently a little bit higher in his popularity, but we'll see by the end of the show what happens there. Only a 33 rating, a little bit disappointing. Dustin continues to just be middle of the road. He was tag team champion not too long ago and hardcore champion, and now he's losing to Shane Helms. There you go. Right, Scott Hall has had a great career, but he knows that he's never quite had enough to make that final step to become world champion. He knows that he's one of the best in the ring, one of the best on the microphone, but now it's time for the bad guy to become the biggest guy in WCW. He's benefiting from his catchphrase, gets a lovely boost overall. Nice 63 segment rating there. Gets the crowd all the way up to white hot. I'm sure we can throw it away very quickly. Yes, we can. Oh dear. Lash LaRue and Finlay. Whiplash 2000, not 3000. Let's not be ridiculous. Gets the job done for 3 minutes victory over Finlay. Finlay puts in a really poor performance, only at 35. He seemed off his game, though. Gets a 31 overall. That's not going to help in the push, honestly. We're supposed to be gradually getting to better and better, more over people that Lash and Helms are beating, and the match ratings just aren't coming yet. Oh, we then see, as we pan through the crowd, David Flair sat a couple of rows from the front, holding a sign saying, "Therapy is a work." Daphne's alongside him, still obviously dressed as a referee, holding a Sting Fears David sign. The pair jump the barricade and attempt to enter the ring, but security are quick to stop them and escort them back out through the crowd. 32, it's better than earlier. I mean, yes. RIC FLAIR is here now, and he's facing Mike Awesome and defeats him with a figure 4 leg lock. Surprisingly clean match. Flair with a good in-ring performance. Again, off his game, though. Everyone's been off their game tonight. This gets a 58, and there's not much really to say about it. Awesome put in a good effort. Flair gets the job done. No interference from the Revolution is kind of conspicuous by their absence, but not after the bell, it's not, because Flair may have been victorious, but that doesn't stop Shane Douglas from rushing down to the ring. The Franchise and the Nature Boy throw hands at each other, and neither man gains the advantage. Flair and Douglas will go to war, but the referees and agents and everyone pulls them apart. They'll have to do this battle at Slamboree. Forget that they face each other at Spring Stampede. Ignore it. 57 is the angle rating here. Crowd loving it. Moving on. Sting is with Mean Gene, and he tells him that Slamboree is going to be a huge night. Is it? For WCW. He takes on Scott Hall for the WCW title. Now, they've done this dance before, and the Stinger is sure they'll do it again. But Sting believes Scott Hall when he talks about how good he is. But it's totally different ballgame to be that good when it's showtime for the WCW title. Trying to put doubt in Scott Hall's mind and the viewer's mind as we get to the pay-per-view. Scott Hall, obviously in the real world, had disappeared by this point. 50. Vampiro, we get a video package about the new US champion. He'll be on Nitro next week. I think this is the 3rd week in a row we've done this. He's still injured, by the way. Yep, 54. He'll be here next week, honest. He won't be. I don't think he's back from his injury for another couple of weeks. Then, in the main event... Oh dear, the fans are getting increasingly bored at the foreshadowing of Kevin Nash's face turn now. Excellent. The Outsiders defeat Sting and Lex Luger in 10 minutes. Scott Hall gets the razor's edge on Luger after interference from Booker T. Lex Luger was the weak link in this one, and he was recently WCW champion. But Booker's getting his nose involved here, and we go to our main angle at the end of the night. Booker and the Outsiders go in a 3-on-2 beatdown, but Diamond Dallas Page rushes out, evens up the sides, and makes the save as we go off the air. Now, this note is getting more and more aggressive about the fans' lack of care for Kevin Nash's face turn. Do we get a segment hit penalty? Where do the penalties go? Kevin Nash has got penalties for low morale and low locker room morale, but okay. Nothing. There's no actual... The crowd are annoyed by it. That's all it can tell you. Finish the show with a 51. We get a 65. 65 for a Nitro is... We've got popularity gains restricted due to limited number of viewers notes. We don't normally get those. We normally get this show sucked notes. 65 though. So the Eric Bischoff era, even though Eric Bischoff wasn't on the show, so we kind of accidentally done one of the booking ideas of introduce a new authority figure and then forget about them very quickly. But there we go. He's here, apparently. It's a good new era. The new era is good. 500k made on the night. That's not too bad. Popularity recap. Look, we've not lost anywhere. We're increasing popularity in regions now. That's a bit ridiculous. We're up to 60 in Hawaii and 58 in Puerto Rico. Okay, that was a good night of Nitro. I'm surprised, actually. I really am. I'm surprised that we've not managed to mess that up yet. A good show. And we're building momentum as we're going towards Slamboree. And it's normally the momentum of the bad kind, but So from Spring Stampede, which was a 62, we've had 56, which was bad. 70, which was really good. 65. Now, it's heading in the wrong direction, but it's still really good. And then we've got Slamboree. Literally, there's 3 Nitros between pay-per-views, which is really, really silly. But if we quickly look on some of our... No, that's Ed Ferreira. Popularity here. So 37 for Alex Wright is up a little bit from April, but down from where he started. If we go to Lash LaRue is here. He's on 39 now, so he's up from 26 when we started his push. Got to 35 at the beginning of the month, and now he's up to 39 after that victory. That's good. Where's Shane Helms? He's up to 36, so he's progressing as well. He started at 25, or maybe it was 31. I can't remember. No, maybe it was 31 when we started pushing him, I think. Maybe he dropped. I can't remember. But he's now up to 36. That's good. By comparison, Shannon Moore is at 28, and Evan Courageous, wherever he is, he's at 30. So he's now the most over member of 3 Count. Booker T, by the way, still at 60. Not gone up yet. But a victory over Lex Luger, potentially, at the pay-per-view might help. So think about that one. Also to note, if we go to injuries, Bret Hart obviously is out forever. Goldberg is back in 4 weeks. So the Nitro at the end of May will be Goldberg's return. Conan's still technically injured. He's got 3 weeks left. Vampiro's still got another 2 weeks out. So he's going to miss a pay-per-view and 2 more Nitros. He'll be back next week, though, honest. So there we go. We're still losing loads of money, if anyone cares. We lost $1 million in April, which is a lot better than previous months, but it's still bad. All right, we'll be back for Slamboree on Sunday. 6 days time from watching this. We've got obviously the main event of Sting and Scott Hall. We've got Nash and DDP, Booker and Luger, Flair and Douglas, tag title match, cruiserweight title match, probably a hardcore title match, probably some sort of throwaway. Yeah. Happy Days, Slamboree, Parade of Legends, or whatever it was called in the original one. That's coming up, Slamboree 2000. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please let me know in the comments. I'm surprised that we haven't had an absolute mess of a Nitro, but there we go. I've got some daft ideas that I'm thinking of using for the Nitro after Slamboree that haven't come from the random Booker generator, but you will probably believe they had done if I didn't tell you that. So keep that in mind. So yeah, Slamboree and then Nitro at the Monday doubleheader. Check them out. Make sure you check out the Local to Global 92 save as well here on the channel, and anything else that's going on. Go watch them. Subscribe. Watch all the videos. Subscribe again on a different account if you haven't already. But thanks. Thanks to all the guys on Patreon as well who are supporting the channel monetarily over there. They're getting save games, so they'll have the Slamboree save game after the Slamboree video has been posted. For those who want to try it out as well. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. This has been Nitro. I'm Bernandez.